Today's hot take, we're not having sex with men anymore. You want to know why? Because they're trying to repeal the Roe v. Wade case, which is basically our rights to our bodies, specifically regarding abortion. Okay, so let's think. How do you get pregnant? You have sex. How do you avoid getting an abortion? You don't get pregnant. Okay, so
it's always with the crazy eyes. Always with the freaking crazy eyes. It just, every single video, every single piece of content that these people put out, whether it has to do with babies being slaughtered in the womb, maybe whatever it is, whatever the left is putting out, it's always with the crazy eyes. Always with the crazy eyes. It just never fails. It never fails. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Drew Hernandez Live. I am glad to be back. I know it's been a while. My traveling schedule has been insane. I'm going to get into that, but I did have COVID for a couple weeks. I'm fine. I'm not dead, obviously. It's not as bad as these people are claiming it really is. But I'm going to kind of share my experience with that as well. But welcome to Drew Hernandez Live. I don't know if this is the first time you're watching. Glad to be back. I missed you guys very much. I know there's a lot that I have to say, a lot to cover, a lot that's been going on with the mandates, with Afghanistan, with the heartbeat bill in Texas. The country has changed in just this short amount of time that I haven't really been active on YouTube. And I'll tell you, man, it's really hard to just sit back and watch what's taking place, but I haven't been inactive completely. Most of you know that I have been reporting for Real America's Voice on a daily basis. I'm on the network daily, commentating on what's going on, reporting in different states. My traveling schedule has intensified, thank God, by God's grace, for the work. But what's going on, guys? I missed you, loved you, haven't forgot about you. We're going to continue on with the show. Had no intentions of stopping. But welcome to every single one of you. You are now watching Drew Hernandez Live. If this is the first time you're watching the show, I'm just going to be honest with you. If you don't know who I am or you haven't heard anything that I've done, I don't really care what people think about me. I don't really care what people have to say about my opinions. So if you get easily offended, this show is probably not for you. I'm just going to give you a trigger warning right out the gate. You should probably leave right now because I have a lot to say about a lot of things, especially in the context of what I'm going to talk about tonight, and that's the heartbeat bill in Texas and the left's reaction to it. I just have zero tolerance for this. I have zero, we'll get into that, okay? So welcome to the show, guys. Thank you guys for the support, the monthly support, whether it's on Patreon or the monthly memberships on this channel. That's how you guys could support me and my projects and what I have going on a daily basis. So if you guys would like to continue to support me, shout out to every single one of you that have been continuing to support me on this channel. Thank you guys very much. Share these videos, get these videos out, go check out some merch. The link is in the description below, but get this content out. Thank you, every single one of you. So let's get this started. Let's talk about some stuff. So the first thing that I wanted to address, and I had a special announcement if you guys have been following me on Instagram, I have a new show that's coming out. It will be on this channel. We'll see how far it goes because this channel has been dumped on, deboosted, all the whole 9 yards, right? So I do have a new show that I will be putting out on this channel that I think you guys are really going to like. And it's something that I've been kind of like watching kind of happen in different realms of YouTube and creators. And I've been watching just kind of how it's been making an impact in different lanes of YouTube and creation and different things. That's non-political. And so I will be starting a new show on this channel, and it's not just going to be me. I think we're going to start off maybe once, twice, 3 times a month with this new show. But the way that this show is going to work is it's going to be a mass panel of some of your favorite maybe YouTubers, some of your favorite reporters, some of your favorite people you like to follow on Instagram. Sometimes the show might be 4 people on one panel. Sometimes it might be 5. Sometimes it might be 6. But it's going to have more of like a chat room feel, less than live and in person. And I think you guys are really going to like it. It's going to be less formal. It's going to be less, kind of like most shows are just kind of so orthodox in the way that, it starts, the guy talks, goes over a couple points, but I really wanted to do something that was just like, let's get in a room, a chat room or whatever, and talk about what's really going on. And I've always liked that natural, just kind of content that just flows and comes out, and it's less scripted, and it just people talking back and forth. And so, we'll probably run the first show next week. I have some special guests that are going to be on the show that I've already reached out to that I think you guys are going to really enjoy. Seeing a lot of these faces on one screen, talking about the things that are going on in this country. So I'm really excited about that, you guys. So stay tuned for that. That is coming. I think you guys are really going to like it, man. It's going to be awesome to see a bunch of people getting together, coming together and talking about some critical issues. So be on the lookout for that. That'll probably drop next week. And that's something that I've been really thinking about and wanting to do for a very long time. So you guys are going to like it. It's going to be something that I think people are going to really, really enjoy. So here we go. Let's talk about what's really going on. I know there's so much has gone on since I've gone live. Gosh, man, so much to talk about with Afghanistan, with the vaccine mandates that are taking place in New York. We are starting to see some foreshadowing of vaccine mandates take place in California. Speaking of the upcoming recall election, Larry Elder is on his way to possibly, we'll see. I mean, if you really believe what you believe about the elections, I mean, it's going to take a miracle for Larry Elder to win. I'm just going to be honest. Unpopular opinion. I'm not saying don't fight. I'm just saying if you really believe what you believe about the elections, wake up. But tonight, there's so much to talk about. If you guys have been following me on Twitter, I've had COVID. I had COVID for like 2 weeks, myself and my wife. And, my experience with it was not as bad as the mainstream media portrays it to be. It wasn't lethal. It was real. It really took me out for a couple weeks. It was like an extreme cold, maybe mixed with, nausea and flu-like symptoms, but without vomiting or anything like that. I mean, for me, I'm young. I don't have any pre-existing conditions. I don't have a botched immune system or anything like that. So for my own personal experience, COVID was not as bad as the mainstream media is portraying it to be. COVID was not as bad as some of these political figures or cultural figures are painting it out to be. I can only speak for myself. I can only speak for my own family. For me personally, I'm a healthy individual, and COVID really was not what I expected it to be. Now, what I will say is I could definitely see how this could kill somebody if you do have pre-existing conditions, if you do have some kind of botched immune system for whatever reason, if you're going through chemo, or there's all kinds of reasons. But for me personally, I can only speak for myself because I am healthy. I'm not an individual that would be kind of like worried about it. COVID was not that bad. It really wasn't. Yes, it really took me out for 2 weeks, but it was not anything that was worse than the flu in terms of what I've experienced in sickness before. I don't know if YouTube is going to take this video down. I'm not giving medical advice. I'm not telling you something someone else said. This is my own experience with COVID. It started day one, probably for the first 7 days, probably a very harsh sore throat. Like the sore throat was pretty bad. And then it transitioned to a very, very overwhelming loss of energy for the first few days. It was hard for me to, because where I live, I'll just put it this way. I live like 3 stories. I'm on top of the kingdom, right? That's where I chose to live. So like going upstairs, a lot of stairs was really hard for me. I couldn't work out for like a week. It's just energy was depleted. It felt a lot like a flu. It felt a lot like a very harsh cold. I had to call out of work for 2 weeks. Couldn't go live on the air. Couldn't travel anywhere because I had to recover. Like it was real. I went, got tested. And I did test positive for COVID, but it wasn't lethal. Like it wasn't something I was worried about. It was going to kill me. So for maybe the first week, It was like a very bad cold, horrible sore throat, some nasal symptoms, which led to a complete loss of energy. It was hard to work out. I couldn't really like walk upstairs. And it just put me in bed. I called the doctor and we asked them, what do I do? And they pretty much said, your symptoms are not lethal. I'm just being honest. Your symptoms are not lethal. You're not going to die. Here's, we're going to prescribe you this. And for like the last week, I will be honest, my last week with COVID, it lasted about 2 weeks. My last week, I had some pretty bad nausea for like a week straight. It just would not go. It felt like I had the flu. I probably lost my taste, and my sense of smell for about 1 day. This is my experience. For about 1 day, I lost it, and then it came back the next day. The nausea lasted for about a week. Couldn't really go out and do anything. I just was weak, just super weak. It really did take a lot out of me. But the point I'm trying to make is like, I never denied that it wasn't real. I never denied that it didn't exist. I just always was suspicious that it wasn't as bad as these people are really portraying it to be for healthy people. And I was right. I was. I'm not. Lungs were fine. I was checking my oxygen levels every other day. They were fine. Went to the hospital. Went to the doctor, and I was fine. Nothing lethal. And here I am, completely fine. Like, yes, I still have a cough that is still lingering here and there. But to be honest, I'm not giving medical advice. I'm just telling my experience. I could see how this could maybe kill somebody that has a botched immune system. But so can the flu. You know what I mean? Like it's just, we live in a world where you cannot escape bad things from happening. And I think right now that is what it seems like the world wants. It seems like the radical left, it seems like people that deny the existence of God or deny the existence of bad things happening. They want like a perfect world. They want a world that's void of bad things. They want a world that's void pretty much everything that the Christian faith promises to come with Christ. They try to do it by themselves, and it's just not going to work. We're never going to live in a world that is void of bad things. We're never going to live in a world that is void of disease, struggle, pain, all of that until Jesus comes. That's just the truth. So I wanted to get that out of the way for people that have been asking, where have you been? I was out for 2 weeks with COVID. I'm fine. I didn't die. And a couple weeks prior to that, my schedule with Real America's Voice has intensified. I've been covering Antifa, California, in Portland, covering the vaccine mandates in New York, flying to Florida, coast to coast. Sometimes within like 4 days, I'm in California, then I'm in New York, and I'm going back and forth. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that I'm really doing a lot these days in terms of reporting. So if you guys follow me on Instagram and Twitter, why did I say it that way? Twitter. If you guys, speaking of that, follow me on Getter, okay? Let's just get this all out of the way because it's been a while since I've been back, and I just want to answer some of the questions that people have been asking me, sending me DMs, asking me if I'm okay. I'm okay. My family's okay. Just my traveling schedule has intensified. So if you guys want to keep up with my reporting, if I can't make it to YouTube, my reporting will be going on live on realamericasvoice.com, americasvoice.com. You can go download the app on Android, on Apple. I'm contracted to be on the network 3 times a day, so I'm there all the time. Or I'm traveling around the nation covering protests, covering what's going on and all that good stuff. So thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate that. But this show does need your support because we are still independent. This show is not supported by anybody other than you guys. So if you guys would like to continue to support me, truly appreciate that. So I just wanted to get that out of the way and answer some of those questions, because a lot of people have been asking me, and, I announced the other day on Instagram in my stories that I had COVID, and I should have probably put some of this stuff up. But like these leftists immediately were like, well, maybe you should have took more precautions. Maybe you wouldn't have caught COVID if you would have just listened to us. I'm like, dude, I'm fine. Like, I am literally fine. I would rather, and I can only speak for myself. I'm not speaking for people that have pre-existing conditions or botched immune systems. I'm not speaking for you. I'm speaking for me. If you are healthy, okay? If you are healthy, this is my own personal opinion, okay? Something I guess we're not allowed to have on YouTube anymore, but you guys know all about that. It's been this way for years. But I would rather, for me, and I've always felt this way, I'd even tell my mom this, I would rather catch COVID, survive it, and move on with my life because I'm healthy than possibly take a jab that could potentially destroy my health for the rest of my life. That's just my own personal decision. Now, would I advise other people to do the same thing that may not be able to survive something like that? No. I can only speak for myself, and that's what I did. I rolled the dice with it. I've been traveling like crazy. All of 2020, I probably got on, God knows. My gosh, who knows how many flights I was on in 2020. Didn't get COVID at all. 2021 rolls around. Where are we? August, 8 months. COVID's been a thing since what? March 2020, more than a year and a half. Finally got it, and it was not as bad as they were saying. Took me 2 weeks to get over, and I'm fine. I would rather, and I was right, I rolled the dice, I made my own decision. I would rather get it, survive it, move on with my life, than possibly take a vaccine, a jab, that nurses are coming out, okay? Medical professionals are coming out and saying, yeah, this thing's too new. I don't trust it. That's not a QAnon thing. That's not some deranged fringe right-wing talking point. You have medical professionals that are now coming out and they're publicly saying, this thing is a little too new for us. We don't trust it. That's how I've always felt. You know, so when we started seeing medical professionals come out and start saying that, didn't surprise me. That's how I've always felt. And I think a lot of people feel the same way because that's just how it is. So let's do this real quick. Just for the record, I don't have COVID because I know a lot of deranged leftists are going to watch this and try and say all kinds of crazy crap. I have tested negative. I do not have COVID right now. Just want to put that out there. All right. All right. Let's get into what I wanted to talk about. There's so much to talk about. I know, guys, Afghanistan, the list goes on. Throughout this whole, I'll just briefly comment on this. This Afghanistan stuff, I don't think people realize how bad this really is, dude. You guys don't realize. I don't think people truly understand. And you guys know that since I've been on social media, whenever you guys hear me say something or tweet something or post something, I'm talking to both sides. A lot of people don't understand this. I'll post something that is like very obvious and like conservatives and people on the right turn around like, yeah, we know that. It's like, I know you know that. You think I'm that naive and stupid? I post things and I say things because I'm fully aware that since I kind of went mainstream after 2020, covering the riots, being on Fox, like this wave of the left just started following all my content. People don't realize, but I started to notice this whole wave of the left started following me, reading my stuff, reposting my stuff. And so sometimes I say things intentionally. I know it's obvious, but at the same time, I have an audience that needs to hear this stuff. So it's just funny because whenever I put this stuff out, it just seems like the left doesn't quite understand because they're silent. Listen, people, I won't disagree. Should we have stayed in Afghanistan? I think it's been too long. Okay, at this point, I'm going to be honest. I think this is why Trump wanted to come out of Afghanistan. It wasn't going to be pretty. It wasn't going to be something that was going to be a good thing for the Afghani people. Let's just be honest here. This is what was going to happen, okay? And what a lot of stupid woke-tards on the left don't realize, and I see this on Twitter anytime I post something, it's not yes, I know that Trump wanted to do this. Trump wanted to come out of Afghanistan. He wanted to bring our boys, he wanted to bring our girls home, all right? That's a fact. But not like this. Not like this. This is what the woke-tards and the morons on the left don't understand is this was not the plan, bro. okay? To leave Americans stranded in a hostile foreign country, okay? A hostile foreign country that is hostile towards American values, not just being American, it's American values as well. To leave Americans stranded in a hostile country, I don't think people realize just how much of a disgrace this truly is. How bad this really is. And to see Joe Biden go up there and act like it's normal. Like this is somehow normal. Yes, we know that America had an agenda to pull out of Afghanistan probably within the next 10 years. Trump wanted to do it under his term, but not like this. If you think, listen, they want you to believe that what's happening right now to the United States of America is normal. We're deteriorating from within. Our moral code, our moral ethics, everything, journalism, media, Hollywood, everything. Everything you're seeing in America, it is eroding because we've opened up the door to depravity. And once the godless depravity inserts itself in society, its tentacles go through everything from Marvel to Star Wars to politics, you freaking name it. It's going to poison everything that you've ever loved and everything that you've ever known. And that's what you're seeing. This isn't going to go away for a very long time. I know a lot of people have been talking about the woke culture and Disney and Star Wars and this and that. This is the beginning. This is the beginning. This is a generational problem that we're dealing with here, okay? And it's not going to go away for a very long time unless these people are removed. Something's got to happen. Something's got to give. But the point I'm trying to make with Afghanistan is what I want you guys to really realize, and I think a lot of Biden voters or, leftist supporters are so silent, to see Joe Biden try and act in his White House press conferences like this is somehow normal should wake you the hell up, because this is not normal. This is going beyond left and right. This is going beyond politics. We have Americans in Afghanistan. We've got children in Afghanistan right now, American citizens that have been deserted by Joe Biden, by the president himself, America literally leaving Americans behind to die in Afghanistan. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat or on the left or the right, if you cannot see just how bad that really is, you are living life with your freaking eyes closed at this point. Because that in of itself is absolutely a disgrace. I don't have the words. I don't have the words to describe. Listen, I had COVID when all of that was going on. I was laying in my bed and I had COVID. I was sick. I felt like crap. And I'm just watching all this Afghanistan stuff unfold. And I'm just like, oh my, it made me even more sick. No lie. I'm not lying here. I'm not trying to be over the top here. What happened in Afghanistan, what made me sick the most about what Biden did in Afghanistan was trying to convince the American people that it is somehow normal to desert American citizens in a hostile foreign country. I thought that the border was bad, and it is bad. It's a disgrace what's happening at the southern border, even to this day. You guys know that I've been covering it. I've been talking about it. I've been exposing it. The women, the children being raped, exploited at the southern border. How much money the criminal cartels are making in the Biden administration. They incentivize it. They allow it. They encourage it. They're pushing these things to happen. But this is something that I don't have the words. I just don't understand. I mean, I do understand. Joe Biden is evil. The deep state is real. It's America last. This is like a whole new level of America last. Joe Biden does not give a damn about you. If Joe Biden and the Biden administration, you got Jen Psaki up there acting like this is somehow normal, something that is meant to happen. Not this way. Not this way. Joe Biden knew, he was given intel. The Taliban was willing, this all came out in a report, the Taliban was willing to allow the Americans to control Kabul the Taliban was willing to allow the Americans to control the airport to give them time to get their people out and the military as well. Why didn't they do it? Because they're incompetent and they're evil and they do not care. This is why you're seeing F. Joe Biden chants across the country right now at sporting events. This is why the families of the 13 dead service people are coming out publicly and they're speaking out against Joe Biden. You want to know why? Because it was unnecessary for them to die. And now we have American citizens that have been left behind in Afghanistan. And here we are here in the U.S. You see, this is what I've been warning about for the past year and a half. No, the past 4 years. This is what I've been warning the left about. Your little bubble and fantasy, okay, of woke politics and woke beliefs and ethics and all this crap you think actually matters doesn't matter to the real world. You think for 1 second your inclusivity and women's rights and the race wars and the race rights and all this stuff, you think the Taliban give a damn about what you believe about equality in the Middle East? Look what's happening now. Why do I say that? You're like, Drew, why does it matter? Why does Afghanistan matter? It's not America. America first. America first. Yes. But the point I've been making is this. Your fantasy of your woke politics and this little bubble you think that the whole world cares about, it's like the epitome of American just like narcissism, literally. It quite literally is. I think it's gone to a new level, but America's enemies still exist and they don't give a damn. They don't care what you believe. They don't care what your little woke politics are. They don't care what your social justice agenda is. America's enemies have been re-energized. America's enemies have been re-emboldened. And they themselves now smell blood in the water like a shark. Because they see the weakness of Joe Biden. How many episodes did I do when Joe Biden got elected? When I said over and over and over and over again, these nations, America's enemies, they see this weak president and they're going to take advantage of it very quickly. And here we are. Taiwan is next. That's what I got to say about that. I'll probably do an episode more fully on that. But I just don't understand how you could support Joe Biden after this. It's like where do we go? Where do you go from here? Like, how is this defendable? I don't understand how someone could sit here and say, like, Joe Biden leaving Americans to die in a hostile foreign country, that's a good thing. When it could have been avoided. Whatever, dude. What do I know? Literally. But let's get to the topic of this episode. This is what I wanted to talk about tonight. I'd be shocked if you haven't heard about this, but if we can get this up. I'd be shocked if you haven't heard about this, but recently, big pro-life win. SCOTUS lets Texas 6-week abortion ban stand. Just to give you guys context on what I'm about to show you, I'm pretty sure you've already heard about this. I mean, I'd be shocked if you haven't. In a pro-life victory, the Supreme Court of the United States ruled 5-4 on Wednesday not to block the new Texas law banning most abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy, while legal challenges to the law proceed in lower courts. A narrow majority of justices held that the abortion provider plaintiffs had failed to meet the high standard required for the Supreme Court to issue an injunction blocking a law before it goes into effect. Signed in May by Texas Governor Greg Abbott, Senate Bill 8 effectively bans abortions in the Lone Star State. The moment a fetal heartbeat is detected, I think that's like, 23 days? Somewhere around there. Which often occurs after 6 weeks of pregnancy. Well, there you go. Since women do not often detect pregnancy prior to the 6th week, the law effectively bans abortions in the state. Multiple states have tried to implement similar measures, only to be blocked by the courts. Let's take this down. Obviously, you can only imagine what the reaction from conservatives and Christians and people who are pro-life and people who absolutely and actually uphold the value of life. You can only imagine their response is cheers. You can only imagine their response is finally, you know? But not the left. Their response has been interesting. A lot of vile, a lot of crying, a lot of minds popping. It's interesting. But I want to explain what needs to be done with this, okay? Because what the governor of Texas is doing, what the governor of Florida is doing, just saying no to the children is what needs to be done at this point. But I want to play a couple of reactions of some of these woke-tards that are just shocked that they're losing the right to slaughter a baby on TikTok have been posting of themselves. Here's one. I'm gonna show you her solution. It's mind-blowing.
Today's hot take, we're not having sex with men anymore.
Oh.
You want to know why? Because they're trying to repeal the Roe v. Wade case, which is basically our rights to our bodies, specifically regarding abortion. Okay, so let's think. How do you get pregnant? You have sex. How do you avoid getting an abortion? You don't get pregnant. Okay? So in turn, we should just stop having sex with men. Then we won't have to worry about this at all. And you know what? I guarantee somebody's opinion will change because you know how men are. So I think that if we think about it further as a big scale picture, we should just stop having sex with men and see what happens when they realize that they're like...
This is a real person. Like, this is a real person that actually believes this. Who wants to tell her? Like, it's... The intellectual incompetency of these people, it hurts. It truly hurts. It's like... So your whole argument is the way we're going to have more abortions to kill babies is if we punish men by closing our vaginas and not having sex with men. That's going to get us more abortions. Wow. And these are the same people that say, follow the science! Follow the science and put a damn mask on. You're going to kill somebody. Like, bro, how are you going to have a baby to kill if you're not having sex with men? You're kind of like playing into the whole abstinence kind of solution that conservatives and Christians have been saying, yeah, you know, maybe you should just not have sex before marriage and maybe you won't have an unwanted pregnancy. Stop fornicating. It's like, where do these people get? Who, why? If this was my daughter, it's just embarrassing. Whoever's daughter this is, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that this is your child. I refuse to believe that somebody actually raised someone to think this way, bro. It's shocking. It's truly shocking. Let me play that one more time for you guys that missed that. Her solution to be able to abort and kill babies is to punish men by not having sex with them.
Today's hot take, we're not having sex with men anymore. You want to know why? Because they're trying to repeal the Roe v. Wade case, which is basically our rights to our bodies, specifically regarding abortion. Okay, so let's think. How do you get pregnant? You have sex. How do you avoid getting an abortion? You don't get pregnant. Okay? So in turn, we should just stop having sex with men. Then we won't have to worry about this at all. And you know what? I guarantee somebody's opinion will change because you know how men are.
Always are the damn crazy. Always. Never fails. Never fails. From AOC to these psycho TikTokers. Look at this. Oh my gosh. These people, mental illness. Okay? And I'm not knocking mental illness, but look at this, dude. These are the people that want to control your life. These are the people, look at this, dude. Look at that psychotic face. These are the people that are fighting over the right to murder babies. Always with the eyes, dude. It never fails. Always with the eyes. What do you guys think? Am I wrong about this? Am I wrong about this, bro? Like every single video, you go on TikTok, libs of TikTok on Twitter and all these psycho SJW, it's always the same eyes, bro. Always. Look at that. My God, dude. Psycho. Ugh, I can't look at that anymore. It's like Brian Stelter, the female version of Brian Stelter. Get it out of here. Get it out. Anyways, I wanted to play another reaction. Now, not only are the psychos losing their minds, coming up with delusional, psychotic solutions to somehow win back their right to slaughter babies in the womb, people on TikTok are actually crying. They're crying because they're losing the right to kill babies. Oh, you don't believe me? Watch.
This is heartbreaking. These were hard-won freedoms. Freedoms to our own bodies. And for the SCOTUS to uphold that means Roe v. Wade is in danger. Abortion as a whole is in danger, which means women are in danger, which also means other freedoms are in danger. Because do you really think they're going to uphold any rights of the LGBTQI?
Bro, she's literally crying. My God, dude. She's literally crying. These people, I swear.
Uphold any rights of the LGBTQI community after this? We have fought too hard and too long for it to go down like this.
I'm going to play this one more time.
This is heartbreaking. These were hard-won freedoms. Freedoms to our own bodies.
Oh, cry more.
And for the SCOTUS to uphold that means Roe v. Wade is in danger.
Oh my God, I'm losing my right to slaughter babies. Ah!
Abortion as a whole is in danger, which means women are in danger, which also means other freedoms are in danger. Because do you really think they're going to uphold any rights of the LGBTQI community after this? We have fought too hard and too long for it to go down like this.
Always with the crazy eyes, bro. Let's see if I can find that again. Oops. Watch. Oh, always with the crazy eyes. Let me see. Where's that shot? I'll find it. Boom. There it is, bro. Always. I'm not wrong about... I know I'm not wrong about this. I'm not wrong about this, dude. There's something going on with these people are... I don't know. They're demon-possessed, mentally ill, always with the eyes, dude. Always. Never ends. It never fails. Always with these psycho eyes, dude. These people are just deranged, demon-possessed. Always, dude. It never ends. For real. Look at every single video of these people. It's always with these psycho eyes, dude. I don't know. Oh, man. Ooh. I told you guys. Got that cough. Bro, I'll tell you. Okay, listen. These people, what blows my mind about this is like when you really break down what's happening is these people are crying. You know, they take it from the ability, they connect LGBTQ rights to women rights and then to rights that they call our rights to execute women's babies in the womb. And it's just, it's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing. It's funny because you always get these lesbians that are probably never going to have a baby in her womb that are like out here like, oh my God, it's my body, my choice. And if I want to be able to kill a baby in my own womb, then I should be able to choose. It's like, you're a lesbian? Yes! So you're never going to have sex with a man? No! So you're never going to have a baby. No! So then why does it matter to you? Holy crap. Am I the only one that thinks this? It's always like these lesbians that nobody wants to have sex with on freaking TikTok saying, I want my right to kill babies. I warned you not to watch this show at the beginning of this stream. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it like, oh, Drew, lay off, lay off. No, I'm not going to lay off because I have zero sympathy for people that literally cry and fight for the right to murder a baby in the womb. I have zero tolerance for these kind of people. Zero. 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 These people are always like, Drew, we should try and find some common ground. Common ground? Common ground? How? Yes, I know we could change people's minds, and I've done that countless times. Go watch my old footage of 2018. But I don't desire any common ground. Zero with people like this. Someone that fights for the right to murder another human being, bro. There's no common ground there. I desire zero affiliation with anybody that holds that belief. I don't care, dude. I don't care. He was like, oh, Drew, this is not how we're going to win people over. It's like, I'm done, bro. I'm done. Like, I will always advocate for preaching the facts, preaching the truth in hopes that people will wake up to reality, which that does happen. But when it comes to when people come out on Twitter and say, Drew, we need to find some common ground. No, I'm not trying to find common ground with people that want to kill babies. I'll have a conversation with you. I'll lay down the facts with you. I'll explain to you why this is insane. Now I want to be your friend. You ain't going to catch me freaking linking up with someone that wants to kill babies as a sign of solidarity and coming together. Get out of your mind if you believe that. I don't know, dude. Anyways, this brings me to this tonight. Let's get this up. Now, hold on before we put this up. When you have a political agenda, okay, what I find insane about this, what I'm about to show you, what I find insane about this is when you have a political agenda that originates around a controversial issue that is so involved with Christianity and the church and moral values, when your political agenda is so surrounded around that, and you have people aren't going to get this, like how crazy this really is. When that's your political agenda and it gets confronted by Christians who believe in the doctrine of heaven, hell, Lucifer, Satan, demons, fallen angels, spiritual entities, good angels, right? When your political agenda is so anti-Christian and anti-God that is always being confronted by Christians that believe in Satan, when you have the temple of Satan backing and defending your political agenda, that just like, I don't understand how people don't see. Like, bro, it's like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let's get this up. You're like, Drew, what the hell are you saying? This is what I'm saying. Take a look. The Satanic Temple rallies against Texas abortion law. This is real. These people exist. Pro-choicers can now count the Satanic Temple among their list of allies in the fight against the recent anti-abortion law in Texas, the one that we've just been talking about. 2 years after challenging a pro-life law in Missouri, the satanic group that claims to be little more than a collection of theatrical atheists have now filed a letter with the United States Food and Drug Administration arguing that its Texas members should have legal access to abortion pills. According to the San Antonio Current. In the letter addressed to the FDA, the Temple spokesman and co-founder argued that the abortion drugs should be allowed under the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, so as to be used in what the temple referred to as their abortion rituals. Crap, dude. Wow. Let me read that again. In a letter addressed to the FDA, the temple spokesman and co-founder argued that the abortion drugs should be allowed under the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, so as to be used in what the temple referred to as their abortion rituals. Let's take this down. You know what blows my mind about this is what people don't understand is how real this stuff really is. Abortion rituals? You freaking kidding me, bro? The Satanic temple fighting for a woman's right to choose. And you mean to tell me that none of this is real? That Christianity is false, God isn't real, Satan's a lie, it's all mythological. Oh, the deep state is fake. The satanic Luciferians in Hollywood and politics and worldwide, shadow governments aren't real. All the Luciferian devil worshippers, they're not real. Christianity's a fraud. And here we go. You got the Satanic temple rallying to defend a woman's right to slaughter a baby. Legally, they say. You know, how many times have you heard Christians talk about how satanic abortion really is, sacrificing babies? It mirrors Moloch worship in the Old Testament, where babies were incinerated as a sacrifice to pagan gods. And now here in 2021, America's greatest sin is rejecting Christ. It's not abortion. It's right under it, because there's only one unforgivable sin that you see in the New Testament that is given by Christ, and that's the unpardonable sin, the blasphemy of the Holy Spirit. It's the rejection of Christ. And some would argue attributing the works of Christ to Lucifer in the context of that statement. But abortion is right behind it. The reason why I say that is because under the blood of Christ, it can be forgiven. But the point I'm trying to make is this. Why is it that the LGBTQ community, why is it that the radical left has such an issue with Christianity and God, and they claim God doesn't exist? They claim that Lucifer is a myth. They claim that our values are oppressive. They claim that everything that Christianity has to offer is a fraud and a myth. Isn't it crazy how much of a threat Christianity and Jesus Christ really is to the radical left? How is it such a threat if it's not real? How is it that if Christianity is false and the Bible is not real, these people preach this stuff from the rooftops from the radical left, but they have the Satanic temple getting behind their political agendas to perform rituals? And you know what's crazy? You know what else is crazy about this? It's crazy that they do it under religious freedom acts. You cannot have a satanic religion without Christianity being real, bro. Because if Christianity isn't real, therefore Satan isn't real. Therefore, the church of Satan is built on a myth, which it is not. Because these people manifest. These people do rituals. They're in contact with spirits that manifest themselves. This is real. This isn't fake. So who's telling the truth here? It's absolutely relevant. You want to know why it's relevant? I'll tell you why. Because what's happening to the United States of America is we are experiencing total depravity. The reason why you're seeing such an uptick of evil in your politics and in your policy unfolding, the reason why you're seeing the president of the United States abandon Americans in Afghanistan to die is because of where we are right now spiritually in this country. We have opened up the floodgates. People don't realize this. We have opened up the floodgates. We have opened up our hearts, this country has, to pure doctrine of demons. Critical race theory is a doctrine of demons. The list goes on. You want to know why this is relevant? This is relevant because the spirit that is inside of these people, that is controlling woke culture, cancel culture, the list goes on, that's destroying Disney, Star Wars, everything that you love, with critical race theory, the LGBTQ agenda, everything that's getting perverted, everything that's infiltrating, the reason why you have men dressed as women bouncing children on their laps. Where does this come from? You think this comes from bad politics? Bad politics. Really? Really? You know, I warn people. We are experiencing in American history, I think where we are, I posted this on Instagram the other day, and I'll say this is, when you read parts of the Bible and you look at Romans chapter 1, there's a judgment in there. There's a huge judgment in there. And the judgment is a consequence of rejecting willfully, intellectually, knowingly God himself. And what you're seeing when you see the symptoms, when you read that passage, it's like you're reading a description of the United States of America in 2021. And one of the defining factors that you see is a moral decline, social moral. You see a morality decline of people losing their sensibility. They're given over to a depraved mind. They can no longer discern anymore. It's like that video I showed you earlier. The people lose their minds. It's total confusion. Homosexuality normalized in a society, that's one of the symptoms that you see in Romans chapter 1. But it ultimately leads to a depraved, reprobate mind. That means someone's mind is lost. No morality, no sense of right or wrong, no ability to discern. Look at your president right now, or the president that's installed right now, standing in front of the world, trying to convince them that it's normal that Americans are being left behind to die in a foreign hostile country. Zero remorse. And you know what's crazy is that millions of people buy into it. And they think it's normal. There's a level of evil that has been normalized in this culture, in this society, that is getting worse. It's only going to get worse because people are always like, why? How can people not see how wrong this is? Because of what the Bible already told us, bro. Like when a society goes down this path, the ultimate end game is a depraved, reprobate, undiscerning mind. They lose their mind and ability. And I just think it's interesting. I'll say this, I'll end with this is, you know what, bro? When you got the Satanic temple getting behind your political agenda, it's not a good look, bro. I'll tell you that right now. Whatever it is that you're trying to advocate for, it just lets the world know that this agenda is evil. If you can't see that, bro, if you can't see the connection there, how many times have we been trying to tell you this is evil, this is evil, this is satanic, and here they come. Fighting for their right. I hope people wake up to this. But I've had a lot to say for the past, how long have I been off of YouTube? Maybe a month. And I continue to have a lot to say. You guys always know I'll always have a lot to say, but I wanted to leave it at that. I wanted to hang out with you guys for a few minutes. You guys know we do super chats at the end of every single show. So if you guys would like to leave a super chat and support my show, that is how you guys can support me. Real America's Voice does not support this show. You support this show. And so if you guys would like to support my work on this show, this is how you guys can do that, through a super chat, or you can donate on PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, all that good stuff. The links are in the description below. Oh, we have one right here. We have a super. Oh, let me open this up. We're gonna do some super chats real quick. Sorry, we have a couple coming in that I wanted to get to before I head out tonight. Let me pull this up. It's been a while, man. I forgot how to get to the super chats. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I wanted to come on. I wanted to talk my crap today because I had a lot to say, man. I really did. Okay, we have some super chats. We have one from Cold Haterade. We salute you, man. Have you been? It's been a while. Cold Haterade says, these child murdering women would burn like vampires if they stepped inside a church. That's how revolting they are. Now, I just want to say this. I just want to say this. There are women out there that are really guilt-ridden because they've made this decision. They see how wrong it is. They see that it was a baby. They see that it was a human life. They know that they made the wrong decision. And a lot of women live with some intense guilt. I mean, do you know what it's like to kill a baby? You know what I'm saying? Do you know what that feels like to have that on your conscience? Sprinkled on your conscience, that guilt of taking another human being's life, especially an innocent infant. So I just want to say this is, as a Christian, I'm on both sides on this. Mercy and grace, truth and justice. I try and find that healthy balance. And I think the way to do that balance is to preach both. And, I preach the justice. I preach the truth. It's killing babies. And it's sinful. It's evil. And it's wrong. And anyone that advocates for it, shame on you. You're demonic. You're satanic. That's what you are. And you need to repent. But for women that have gone down that path, I say to you, there's forgiveness for you. There's mercy for you. It's an evil thing you've done. Christ came for the ungodly. If Christ Jesus could forgive the thief on the cross, and only he knows what that guy really was involved with, because to be crucified by the Romans, you had to do some pretty seriously bad stuff, bro. So if Christ can turn around and forgive a man that's dying on the cross right next to him and say, today you will be with me in paradise, and give him access and give him forgiveness, Christ can forgive you as well. So I just want to put that out there. I don't want people to think that, I'm not having compassion for women that are struggling with the guilt and the condemnation. And that's what the gospel is for. That is what the cross is for. But for those, you better believe, but for those that are aggressive and defend it and think that it's somehow a human right to exterminate another human being, and they fight with that tooth and nail, I say to you, repent, dude, or you're satanic, literally. You're literally doing the devil's work. It's insanity. So yeah. We have another super chat. A $100 super chat. I got to put some sound effects in here, like some claps and woo and stuff like that. Thank you for the $100 super chat from Today with Julius. The $100 super chat. Today with Julius. Julius says, appreciate your work, Drew. God bless. I truly do appreciate that, Julius. Thank you. We put in a lot of hard work, man. I know people get frustrated when I don't go live every day, but I'm doing my best to keep up with the show, with my reporting when I'm traveling coast to coast. Just ask my wife. She'll tell you. I'm freaking all over the place. And, but thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for the $100 super chat. We have another $100 donation on PayPal. Let me pull this up. Why is my phone being stupid? Oh, there we go. We have another $100 donation on PayPal from Deborah Cannett. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. That was weird. They just clapped like that. Deborah says, so happy your family is doing well. God bless, Debbie. Thank you so much for the support, Debbie. You have always been a supporter of us on this show for a very long time. Thank you so much for supporting this show and supporting what we have going on. I truly do appreciate it, guys. We're doing super chats right now, so if you guys would like to support the show, drop one below and we'll answer some questions. I'm doing very well. For those of you that are just joining the show, I had COVID for 2 weeks. You could probably hear it in my voice. I don't have it now. I'm fully recovered. Tested negative. What was it? Last Wednesday? Tested negative. Yeah, last Wednesday. But I still do have like this cough. It's lingering on my lungs. Gotta take it easy, but it wasn't as bad as they said it was going to be. I'm just being honest, man. It was not as bad as they said it was going to be. And I'm fine, bro. I'm fine. But just for those of you that missed the announcement earlier, I'm starting a new show on this channel. You guys are going to like it. I'm not going to give the name yet. I'll probably post a flyer about it maybe tomorrow. But the new show is going to be dope. It's going to have multiple guests. I'm going to name a few. Every single show is going to have a full panel of 5 to 7 people, like a chat room style Twitch type feel where we're just going to talk our crap about what's going on in the culture. I've been wanting to do something like that for a long time, so I hope that you guys appreciate it. So get ready. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell notification. You guys are not going to want to miss this show. We're going to have guests like Elijah Schaefer, Savannah Hernandez, Kaylin from Scriber, Jorge Ventura from the Daily Caller. Who else? We're going to have Elad from on YouTube from Barely Informed with Elad. Who else? I invite all kinds of people. We're just going to circulate. We're going to have big chat rooms, and it's going to be fun. I don't know what this is going to end up doing. I want to be unorthodox with it. I just want to get a bunch of people that everyone likes in one room and just talk our crap and see where it goes on my channel. So I think you guys are really going to like it. Nick Fuentes, why not? I don't know, why not? Whoever, dude, whoever's got a serious voice and platform. I'm not talking about the grifters on Instagram that just repost regurgitated stuff. I'm talking about people that actually have a voice. Alex Jones, I probably could reach. Alex would probably do it. Yeah. Alex loves me. I don't know why, but he does. He does. I don't know. Alex loves me. I mean, when he would probably be willing to come on my channel. I just got to ask him what he thinks about it. If he thinks it'll ban me, because sometimes he'll tell me, don't post this, it'll get you banned. We'll see. Yeah, there's a lot of people. It's going to be cool. Who knows? Maybe we can get all kinds. Just people that have some serious things to say. You know what I mean? Vince Dow is cool. I like Vince. I'm a fan of Vince. Who else? Vince Dow is cool. Who else do I think is cool? Dude, I just lost his name. Chandler Crump he's a cool kid. I like Chandler. There's a lot of people that I want to get on. I'm telling you guys are gonna like. It's gonna be cool to see like a bunch of these people in one room just talking crap about whatever's going on, and that's what I wanted. Owen, I could probably reach out to Owen. Yeah, dude, it'll be dope. But yes, it'll be cool. We have another super chat, a $5 super chat from Adrian Sanchez. Adrian says, "Hi Drew, my son Andres wanted to say after 3 weeks of school, they finally did the Pledge of Allegiance. Thanks and God bless." Well, kudos to you, Andres. That's awesome, man. The Pledge of Allegiance. Would you look at that? Isn't it crazy? Remember growing up in school? Like, I don't know. I'll speak for myself. I kind of took it for granted. You know, I'm like, I pledge allegiance to the flag. You know what I mean? Like you sit there, you're all tired in the morning because your mom just freaking woke you up and you wanted to go get a donut, but you woke up too late, so you couldn't get your donut. So there you are at school, all, you know, in a bad mood. You know, sometimes I think we took some stuff for granted that, you know, are some pretty serious things. You know, like I think it's great that your son is able to experience that. Our nationalism in this country, I think, was taken for granted, for sure. For sure. We have another donation on, sorry, I almost missed this. $10 donation from Lola on Cash App. Lola says, good to see you back. Keep up the good work. Absolutely, Lola. Thank you so much for the donations. We truly appreciate it. Truly do. Let me know, guys, before I leave. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification. I'm back. I'm going to try and do 5 shows a week. If not, I promise you guys I will do 3 shows a week. So make sure to continue to support the show. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification. I need you guys to share this content. Share it as far and wide as you can. Do me a favor. When I launch this panel, I want who would you guys like to see in one massive stream? Just me and like 5-7 other people. Drop it in the comment section below. Drop some names. I could probably reach out to them, and they would probably say yes. So don't hesitate. Just drop a name in the comment section below, and we'll go from there. And I'm excited for this new show. I think it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be cool, man. Like, it's going to be cool because sometimes when we're all together, it's like sometimes I wish we had a camera to just like record all the stuff we're saying because it's cool. So that's what I'm trying to bring. You guys are going to like it. So love you guys very much. I'm back on YouTube. I'm not going anywhere. I have not forgotten about you. Love you guys very much. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and staying with me and sticking with me. Share this video. Love you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow night at the same time, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Love you. Have a great night. And I will see you guys tomorrow night. Peace.